What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and BMNX45. Today we're coming at you with another video. We have some anime news. We are doing our winter season mid-review, talking about our enjoyment of the shows that we've been watching during the 2026 anime winter season on Crunchyroll. We're also going to be talking about One Piece. We have an official date for the One Piece episode 144 through 145, which finishes off the Egghead arc and gets us all caught up to the sub with the dub until we get new episodes in April. And it'll be interesting to see if we get simuldub in April, if we start to see, a couple episodes behind, or if we're going to be in the same format where we're going to have to wait for a batch to get done and then get it months down the road. But we'll have to wait and see how that comes in the future. And right now we're just going to get into some of the enjoyment that we get out of the anime that we're watching in this winter season 2026. The lineup, we talked about it. We did the lineup, and we're just going to go through and talk about the dub shows and how we're enjoying them so far. So if you like this kind of video, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss this single minute of the fun. All right, well, let's get right into it here. So we talked about a few things, shows I was looking forward to. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. So far, I'm enjoying Season 3. Not sure where they're going with it. And hopefully it's a full, 2 cores, 24 episodes. We're only about 7 episodes in, so, it's going to take a while if they do a full 24 episodes, so really can flush this out a lot. So I'm hoping for a lot of good stuff, but really enjoying it so far. The episode with Maki kind of becoming really powerful was just amazing, and I had a lot of fun with that episode, just seeing her basically just get back at her family. But other than that, everything's been kind of interesting and just progressing the story a little bit forward, not really still understanding all that's going on there, but hopefully that'll all come into place later. Freerin, I did manage to finish Beyond Journey's End Season 1, which was really, really great, and I've been watching Season 2 as it started, so I'm really enjoying that. Seeing how Stark and Fern's relationship is changing a little bit is nice. And getting to see, the potential there is quite nice, as well as continuing to see the flashbacks of Freeren's time with her old party. I have not watched Oshinoko. They did put Season 1 on in dub, although the first episode doesn't appear to be dubbed, which is kind of weird. But the first season they did put on Crunchyroll, and this has not been dubbed yet. I think it's dubbed Dutch, but that's the only dub it's got for Season 3. So I don't know if people have been watching this, and hopefully they get Season 2 on Crunchyroll, because it doesn't make any sense to have Season 1 and Season 3. It's messy, and it just kind of makes you kind of walk away and not want to watch, right? Fire Force Season 3, Core 2, again, really great show. I'm interested to see how they finish this off. I love the art style of the moon in this picture and then on the show, and because it reminds me of Soul Eater, and I'm not sure if the same same writer who wrote Soul Eater wrote Fire Force. I'm not up to date on that stuff, but if that was the case, that'd be very cool, because it's like the same kind of moon that was in Soul Eater, and I always had fun with that. So I'm kind of hoping that's the case, but it's really good. It's a lot of action. I don't know. Not a lot is happening with Shinra, so I don't know if they're going to just shoehorn all that in the end, or what's going to happen at the end of the fight. We'll have to wait and see, but there's a lot of stuff coming, and hopefully it'll be all good. There's also Hell's Paradise Season 2. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this so far. I really liked Season 1 when I watched it, and I didn't even watch it on Crunchyroll. I watched it on Netflix, actually. But I'm not sure how I'm feeling about Hell's Paradise Season 2. I think it was just so much more direct and less complicated in Season 1, and now they're kind of complicating a lot of things. So I'm just not sure how I'm feeling about it. The action is still really great. And we'll have to wait and see where the character development goes. and how everything plays out that way. But it continues to be a fun show to watch. I'm just not sure if I like it better than I did season 1. Probably one of my favorites for this go around, especially for new shows, would be Sentenced to Be a Hero. This is a really cool show. The first episode was like an hour long, and then they've been going back to the normal format from there. It's been really gory, really gritty, really great. The idea of, branding convicted criminals as heroes, making them fight for you over and over again and die over and over again, losing their personality all the while, and almost that thing that like people look down upon them. They look down upon heroes as the worst of the worst, when in a lot of cases some of these men have been framed, or not really, they're not as bad as the crime of a hero could be, which is really, really interesting and really, really compelling. All the while having these young girls who have magical powers, goddesses, worshiping them and treating them, but at the same time treating them so highly, but at the same time coveting them as weapons. It kind of creates like an interesting dynamic, an interesting cultural dynamic, and it creates a lot of room for showing what's going on in stories, and there's quite some good stories in there. So that is pretty cool. So I do enjoy that. I think that's really, really good. But I would definitely recommend Sentenced to Be a Hero as one of my top new picks for the season. And then we get into some of our other shows that I've been watching. I have watched a couple episodes of The Misanthrope Teaches a Class for Demi-Humans and An Adventurer's Daily Grind at age 29. They're kind of fun little things, slice of life with a little bit of fantasy versus your average kind of, dungeon grind. I think they're both kind of fine. They're, they're not like all, the engrossing animes, but if you want something fun just to watch, I think either of these are decent shows just to kind of put on and potentially just kind of as you're doing other work and stuff like that. I haven't watched any of these. Well, those are both subs. Dark Moon Blood Altar is also really fun. It's kind of interesting because I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those shows like because there's like 6 guys and 1 girl and stuff like that. But it's actually pretty compelling. There's some pretty deep storylines there. I just kind of temper my conceit and about the whole like 10 guys thing. But I mean, it's the same thing with animes where like the guy falls in love with 4 girls. So I mean, it's just that weird dynamic. I do appreciate a more direct dynamic sometime, being used to so much Western media. So that's unfortunate. I haven't tried Dead Account yet. I haven't got a chance to watch that one. Some of these ones I've forgotten about. Same with Fate, Strange Fake. Just because I'm so kind of with the Fate series, I just don't know where to start and where to end, kind of thing, because there's so many different ones. So I have it on my watch list. But I'm just not sure if I'm going to watch it right away or try to watch some more of the Fate series. But I definitely would try to look at this Dead Account one. I haven't had a chance to watch that one. I've actually been quite busy. I've been falling behind on some of the episodes. I just watched a bunch this morning here. And I haven't started Golden Conway either, just because I haven't started any of those seasons. But we talked about these two, Fire Force and Freerun. I have watched about, same with In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. That's another one that I'm interested in watching, but I haven't got around to yet. But it looks very interesting. Getting back down to some of the ones I have been watching, Jack of All Trades, Party of None, is a really awesome story. I really like this one. I think it is amazing. Just the fact, that it's showing like a different kind of side of those adventure animes where party composition is supposed to be the most important thing, and people don't realize how versatile this guy is, because he can fill the role of potentially any party member, where this is not as traditional, but he's also has such complex thinking that he can take on monsters himself because he can switch between roles basically in a party and fill all those roles. And people think he's weak when he's actually really not. He's really quite strong and very competent. So I another one as a new anime, I would definitely recommend Jack of All Trades as a new anime for anyone who's interested in it. I haven't watched this Kaya-chan Isn't Scary, which looks kind of like nightmare fuel right there. My Hero Academia Vigilante Season 2. I don't know if I like this one as much as I like Season 1, especially with the whole Aizawa arc. I mean, we knew a little bit about Aizawa. It was nice to see, his kind of origin story, but at the same time, it took up quite a few episodes of the season, especially if we're only going to get like a 12-episode season out of Vigilantes like we did in Season 1. And it didn't really leave a ton of time for development of the story. So I'm not sure where I'm on this season yet, but we'll have to wait and see. But still enjoying watching it. So, Roll Over and Die. This one here I was watching. It looks like it might be pretty intriguing and pretty fun. Different style one, where her power is basically reversal, so she can pick up cursed objects. And basically gain power from them, where she was thrown away from her party, enslaved, and now is trying to come back and live a normal life, and with her new power. So it's interesting, and I'm continuing to watch it. We only had a handful of episodes, so I'll have to wait and see. Shibo Yuga playing death games to put food on the table is a really dark anime, really dark. Just this kind of culture of sending young girls in for entertainment to play a game that they're never going to come back from. Even when they try to hide the gruesomeness of it by having their body in their blood transfers as foam or something like that when they get killed, it's still a pretty gruesome thing. And it just the lengths that people go to win the games or to prove their worth is just is interesting. And so this is another series that I'm just kind of I don't know how I feel about this one. I continue to watch because it is very well written, but it's I've always hated horror movies because I don't like a movie where the villain wins. And so this is one where I'm kind of because even when I watched, whatchamacallit, the Danganronpa, or at least they won in the end, even though if not everyone survives. So, yeah. And what else we got here? There's a bunch of sub shows. The villainess is adored by the prince of the neighboring kingdom. It's one of those otome reincarnation ones. It's fine. It seems like it's a nice little kind of romance one, and it again something kind of fun but not super compelling. I hope they do. I want to. I like that there was this cute girl in the Heroes Party, so I tried confessing to her. I hope they do that one in dub eventually because I'd love to watch that one. That seemed like a kind of fun. I did watch several episodes of Season 1 of Trigun Stargaze, so I'm planning to get to Season 2 eventually. And that seems like that's a pretty fun show. It's different and kind of pretty nuanced, and it's definitely fun if you kind of sci-fi, kind of Borderland kind of things. I think you'll like that. And then of course we have Tune In to the Midnight Heart, which is your traditional guys looking for the girl he loves and finds multiple girls that are going to fall in love with him. But it is fun. It's a fun show just because the dynamic of the main character just being a little bit over the top, at the same time being very kind of withdrawn emotionally, I think, and wanting to, reconnect with this person that's special to him and trying to find her by listening to the voices of these 4 girls, which he is absolutely sure one of them is this girl. So it'll be interesting to see if we get to figure out who is the girl that he, the voice he's looking for. Probably not. I'm assuming if this goes on for multiple seasons, we won't know who she is, but it'll be interesting to see if it is one of those girls eventually, or if he's completely out to lunch and he ends up falling in love with 4 other girls. Well, the supposed girl of his dream is somewhere else completely. So that one I think is kind of interesting as well, like that. We also have You and I Are Polar Opposites, kind of average school slice of life one. I didn't think I was going to watch this one, but I did give it a try, and it's pretty down to earth and just like a nice little calm watch if you like those slice of life animes. And then, of course, You Can't Be in a Rom-Com with Your Childhood Friends, which is a little bit of a ridiculous show and continues to be pretty ridiculous. But it's kind of fun. As well as we did watch the second batch of Digimon Beat Break dubbed episodes, the next 5 that came out, which were also very good. I would recommend watching all of the Digimon Beat Break episodes. They're a lot of fun. Still no evolution for Gekomon, at least and I don't know if the subbed has got there yet, but the dubbed episodes, after 10 episodes, there's still no Digivolution of Gekomon, so it'll be interesting to see when we get that, if and when we get that. To Your Eternity, I think, is on a little bit of a break, but it's pretty good so far. We only have a few more episodes of the season if it continues the 20 episode average that the other seasons have had. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes, but I'm excited for the end of season 3, and everything we have so far is really good, so I would definitely watch that. But that's kind of where we're at. Those are the shows we've watched. Again, we haven't watched all of them. So we'll have to let you know about some other ones if we get around to watching some of those other ones. I definitely want to get around to watching that, which one right here, the Dead Account, I think would be kind of cool. So I definitely want to check that one out because I haven't got a chance to do that as well. But no, I think we're having a good season. There's not a lot of big, named animes returning for seasons. There's a few, obviously, Hell's Paradise is not super huge, but Fire Force, Frieren, and Jujutsu, but there really is not a lot of like the returning animes that kind of, oh yeah, I know that one and stuff. I've heard of that one. So it's just kind of interesting. It's a kind of a new batch season. So you're watching more new stuff than returning stuff. So, yeah, or even like the second seasons of shows that you might have not watched the first one because you just didn't know about them. So I definitely think it's an interesting season for the winter season. But let me know your guys' thoughts if you have watched any of these, and hopefully some of the details I left you about the shows, without trying to spoil stuff, make you interested in picking up those on your watch list. But lastly, before we end the video, we have official March 24th, 2026 official release of the English dub. So it's kind of nice. Early March, we're going to get some One Piece live action, and then we're going to get this in late March to kind of get us all caught up for the release of the Elbaf arc in April of 2026. So March 24th on Crunchyroll, we're going to be getting episodes 1144 to 1155, which should be the rest of the dub and all the episodes left of the current where they are in the anime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what you guys think. Are you excited for more One Piece episodes? Are you excited for the stuff that is coming out in the winter season? And when are we going to get the spring season list? We're getting into March pretty soon, so I think obviously by the end of March we'll have a video up about the spring season, because that'll start April to June, and then we'll continue on with our anime journeys, and hopefully you guys will enjoy some of this stuff too. But it looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.